Hello, welcome back to episode 3 of Final Fantasy XI. You might hear some background noise for this episode. I've got the video playing in the background so I can see what's going on. I'm just on the research. I'm researching some of the quests for this game because I noticed that during my recordings I've been kind of wandering around clueless, so I'm going to attempt to fix that a little bit. This is the third video. I actually have up to episode 5 recorded. I had to edit this one quite a bit, actually. There was like 30 or 40 minutes worth of just me going around killing bees and the rabbits and stuff. And I know that can get kind of boring. It's boring for me to watch. It's fun to play, but like I said, it's boring to watch for me anyway. And to try to talk over me doing the same thing just for 30 or 40 minutes is kind of difficult. So I sped up the footage. I edited the music so that it would kind of switch in and out between the battles and all that. But after editing that for a while, I got tired of that, and eventually you're gonna hear the music just kind of stay in the battle music for a little bit longer, because I didn't feel like switching it back and forth, especially as like my character grows stronger. I can kill these monsters faster. I believe it's 8 minutes. 8 minutes is like of this fighting, but I think for the episode 4 and 5, I'm going to, instead of speeding up the battle process, I'm going to just clip it out, just cut it out, and just kind of do a jump cut. I'm still kind of learning on how to edit this whole thing in the best way. For time, because I don't want to make this whole series super long. I haven't even started on the story yet, and I just found out how to start the story a couple days ago. So my goal, because those other two videos, episodes 4 and 5, are both probably about an hour long a piece, with a lot of fighting. So if I can maybe cut that down, I'm going to see if I can't combine episodes 4 and 5 into just one video using jump cuts, and then speeding up some of the other stuff, just the random walking around and me being lost. So that's going to be a while for me to edit and put together. But if I can do that, episode 5 will definitely be starting the main story, or at least finishing out some of the quests that I start throughout these videos. If I can't edit it down enough to where I think it's a reasonable video time, then it'll be episode 6. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't look at any of this stuff online. I asked a couple people on Reddit for some advice on how to find magic and stuff like that, and having to buy it, and then I had to figure out that you start out broke, you have no money, so I had to figure out how to get money, because you don't get money for killing monsters, but you can get stuff from the treasure chests and you can sell it off, or if you actually complete some of the quests, you'll get rewarded with, you'll get gil for it. But Windurst has just a massive list of quests that you can undertake. Some have gil, some have maps, some are items, this one looks like a summoning. These two both look like summonings rewards. I'll have to do those two once I unlock the summoning job. Which, again, I'm still not sure how that works. I'm going to do a little bit more research, but I'm pretty sure you have to be level 30 before you can get your advanced jobs. And I do believe in these videos, I get up to level 9 or 10. I'm not 100% sure. I believe I get to 9. but it said the recommended level for the first mission to start is like around 10. So I might grind a little bit more on the next video where I actually know what I'm doing before I head off to that first mission. That's basically what this Let's Play was supposed to do. I understand there's a lot of quests that you can go and do, but I mainly just wanted to experience like the main story, the main plot. I know that's probably not the best way to experience an MMO because there's all the side content that you can do, and I'm sure that I'll do quite a bit of it. I just want to make sure that I have get through as much of the main story as I want, because my final goal would be to I want to play all the main story Final Fantasy games. Currently, you know, this one's gonna take a long time. 14's not finished, so that one's also gonna take probably a while, but you know, the other ones I can just crank through them. I've beaten most of them. I've beaten 1, 2. I have not beaten 3, but I've played it. I have it. I've beaten 4, 5. Surprisingly enough, even though a lot of people say it's one of the greatest ones, I have not. I've played like the first 10 minutes of 6. I really don't know. You know, I know the spoiler ending that everybody knows and talks about in the villain, but I haven't really played 6. I've played 7, and I got stuck on the first disc. I didn't know where to go for a while, so I just ended up grinding my character up to like level 70 something, and I was on the first disc, totally lost, and finally I just gave up. Lost my memory card. You know, I'd like to go back and finish that. I beat 8, I beat 9, I've beaten 10. I plan to quote unquote beat 11. I don't know loose terms for beating an MMO, but basically I just want to beat the 11 final bosses that are listed on the wiki. It says that there's like 11 final bosses. I want to complete them. I want to beat those 11, and through that should take me through pretty much all the story, or the main story, and that's kind of my goal for this Let's Play, which is probably going to be one of the longer ones. 13, that's 3 games. 10 and 10-2 is also, that's 2 games. Which I've played 10-2, I like 10-2, but I never beat it. As far as 13-2 and Lightning Returns goes, I've played like the first 2 hours of 13, and the game just puts me to sleep, but I'm gonna burn through it as best I can. You know, 14 is also an MMO. My cousin was trying to get me into it. I was gonna start playing it, but then I just decided, why not do 11? You know, who knows how long it's gonna be around. I want video proof that I've beaten 11, or that I've gone, you know, like I said, through the story. But 14, that's going to be around a while. I'll go back and play that. And here, this is where I slowed it down, and this was like a cutscene that had happened when I returned to the town. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Some girl just kind of appears in front of the crystal. I'm sure this is like part of the bigger story, but I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm not sure why I triggered this either, because I have gone out Vana'diel in the year 898. I must make haste for whatever that word is, Reisenjima, and find the master before it's too late for something. Rhapsodies of Vana'diel. Anyway, I've been in and out of this town like 100 times, and that's never triggered, so I'm not sure what caused that to go off. But anyway, back in the town, I actually didn't get to do as much research as I wanted to. I was kind of hoping that I didn't realize I'd be able to talk for 8 minutes. Time kind of went by real quick. Somebody went and learned a new weapon skill, didn't he? Very good. I can see that twinkle in your eyes that you've already used it on some poor unfortunate creature. Oh yeah. Whenever your tactical points get to 1,000, which when I learned how to figure out what the TP points were, if they're over 1,000, you can use your weapon skill, which basically just allows me to hit a little harder with my club, my staff. You were fortunate enough to receive some items from monsters you fought. If you're lucky enough to come across any Beastmen seals, make sure you hang on to them. They may pay dividends later on. Also, that reminds me, there's other lessons before. Better learned sooner than later. The items you will no doubt come across as crystals, earth crystals, fire crystals, are extremely significant. They're truly versatile items that can be used in a number of purposes. These include trading them for guards for certain rewards, selling them to earn money. That's what I did. I sold mine. Just to name a few. They're not worth that much, honestly. They play a role in synthesis. I talked to a couple guys about that. I don't know if I did it in this video or a previous video or one of the future videos, but I knew that I do talk to them, and it was very confusing. Completing your last assignment here, then bird egg, pot of honey, last but not least the water crystal. This is where you first learn a little bit about synthesis. You're going to fuse all these items together. Even if your materials are correct, there is always a chance that your synthesis will fail. That kind of sucks. I don't know if there's a skill you can increase to help your odds for that or not. The majority of items which you create via synthesis, as well as most of those dropped by enemies you defeat, can be placed on the auction house for sale. I don't even think I can use the auction house yet, because there's a mission that I had taken from a guy there. He dropped his mail. I have to go find it. And I did do research on that, which I haven't completed that one yet, but it's basically monsters I gotta go and kill until they drop certain items, and then I gotta bring them back to him, and I'll get a money reward for it. I don't know if that's needed for the auction house to be active or not, because that's something I have to do also, is go and talk to. I have to go look at one of the auction, one of the areas where they sell stuff. Bird egg, pot of honey, water crystal. Anyway, what I was saying earlier was 14, it's going to take a couple of years, but I could at least catch up to where it is currently in the storyline. 15, I just beat 15. I know a lot of people give it a lot of crap for, the story and all that stuff. I actually enjoyed 15 a lot. Oop. You might hear some dogs barking in the background. That's my dogs barking at something outside. Let's see, honey egg. Oh, you synthesized a mug of honeyed egg. It increases your MP by 8, and I did not get to see what else it did. Okay, so your cooking skills rises by 0.1. And then I'm not sure where I'm going from here. I'm just checking around the map. I figured it would be a lot easier to, I know in episode 2 I tried to record my voice talking while I was playing the game, but I realized I was just kind of running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I do that anyway, I guess. And, in all these videos I'm running around, but I figured I could at least try to explain my thought process. But since I recorded this a week ago, I really don't know what I was thinking here. I'm just looking through all my stuff. Health 44. Yeah. It's nice to see other players playing though. What are you, Pecky? Machumat? How about a magic map to help you on your adventures? I do plan to buy all these maps. It just happened to be at the current time. You only start this game off with 10 gil, which will buy you not even anyone's pity. If you have a map, you can check both the lay of the land and and your location whenever you enter an area. If you belong to a party or alliance, you can also check the position of your allies. That would be super useful. I don't have like I don't normally play in a party, but my wife's kind of been going along on her own thing. We've been playing this game side by side, but one of these days I'm gonna get us joined up. I'm not even sure how to form a party, so I'll be looking up into that too. The map of Bestock area covers Gustaberg, the Kronstadt Highlands, and the Pascho Marshlands, and the... Yeah, man. I can't pronounce any of these words. You don't have enough money. That's the story of my life. Remember correctly, I came around to the other side. Nia. Naya. Nia. Sorry, but our shop is closed right now. Why don't you go to Gustaberg and help the situation out there? Well, I don't know where Gustaberg is at, but I would gladly go and help. Right. Yeah, I really don't remember what I was doing here. I know that this isn't where I'm supposed to be. Consult of Sandoria. Our role is to serve and protect the citizens of Sandoria residing in Windurst. We shouldn't forsake non-Sandorian citizens who request our assistance, for we Sandorians are indeed a just people. Yeah, it's just a lot of me running around. I could have chopped up a lot of this too. Meh. At least their first names aren't too bad. Normally the last name's Kotomairo. Head down this road. If you're planning on boarding an airship, make sure you get there on time. The air travel agency doesn't wait for anyone. I think this is about the time where I had realized that this game has its own set of time. Which I should have realized that, because a lot of MMOs have that, where it's, you know, you have your daytime, nighttime, just like a real world. Kind of helps the experience. Port Windurst. This is where I found magic. There's a person who sells magic on the boats. Which I guess is what those little symbols are for. I think I'm learning more from when I'm watching myself, like in the replay, than I did when I was actually playing the game. I mean, like, I already know all this stuff now, obviously. I know where the magic shop is and stuff, but I don't remember paying attention to the little sword icon and the book icon when I was first playing and looking at the map. This is my Mog house. And then basically this is just him explaining everything about this house. You can put furniture in here. You can come back, and this is where you change your job when you want to change jobs. What do you want to know? Gardening, you can garden. Ain't looking at any of that. Mog safe. It's basically just a storage area for all your items. Since you can only carry 35 or 30. Delivery box. Send letters to friends. Receive items from various places. Take the items for your delivery box and put them in your inventory when they arrive. If your delivery box is full, no more deliveries can be made. I don't know how often I'm going to use any of this besides from just changing my job. I might have to garden in the future. I'm not sure. Maybe for making food to try to enhance my stats. We are pretty good, Kupo. Did I change jobs? No, I didn't. I know I do eventually. Just long enough to learn a spell. Just kind of checking it out. So many more jobs to unlock, it's crazy. We are at 22 minutes and 50 seconds. I think I just went outside and this is where I cut off the video out here. But I got a lot more editing to go before I can put out 4 and 5. I'm going to try to clip those down. So, in the meantime, this is where I stopped. So, catch you guys in the next episode.